Good morning, big bikers. Or good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Well, that, my friends, is a bay called Sceales Bay, and we do a ride today around the back, and if we get back in time and it's low tide, we might even go for a run up along the coast, maybe, depends. Anyway, good morning, welcome to Big Bike Adventures. I've been away for a little while, but now I'm back, and guess what? It's a ride day today. Let's go. Been watching for a while. Originally the plan was to get down to the bottom of the Eyre Peninsula, and from there I'm just going to set up camp and explore out in all the directions while the weather starts to cool down, and then I'm going to go up into the Flinders Ranges. Since the last ride, where we were over near Port Pirie on the York Peninsula, I've come up and around the top through Port Augusta, down through Westall, and down to Port Lincoln, so down the west coast of the Eyre Peninsula. And then I went, and look, I didn't do any riding through that part of it, but I got tons and tons of drone footage from the four-wheel drive, so as I'm talking I'll putting in some footage from that area because it's absolutely stunning. I stayed at Port Lincoln for about a week, and I explored Coffin Bay, Lincoln National Park, and just explored all those areas down around there. Now, a lot of pretty sandy tracks, lots of deep sand, lots of sand dunes. So I'm on the wrong bike for that. Would be good to have, really good to have a little 450 or something just blasting through those sand dunes. But it was just amazing, and I did a lot of four-wheel driving, a lot of great day trips, and just a stunning area. I went out and I did a shark cage dive. No sharks, unfortunately, but I went and did a shark cage dive, which was pretty much just 13 hours on a boat. Now, I love boats, there's no doubt about it. So this is the beach. Let's just go and have a look. That's Surfers Beach at Sceales Bay. It's amazing. Tide's out, so yeah, we might go for a little run on the beach. So yeah, I should have done the sea lion, swimming with sea lions, but they tell me there's a place not far from here that you can do that, so I might do that. But yeah, look, 13 hours on a boat. I love boats, I love being on boats, but I prefer being on boats when you can turn around and go home when you're sick of it. 13 hours on a boat. But what was interesting, I suppose, for me, was just talking to the different people that were there, and the impact COVID's had on many people, and just these people that are now exploring. You know, people who live in Adelaide who've never been to the Eyre Peninsula. They've lived in Adelaide all their life and they've never been to the Eyre Peninsula, and now because of COVID they're just travelling and exploring their own state. So I think that's fantastic, and I think it's happening on a broader scale in each state and also nationally. So a lot of people, because we can't go overseas at the moment, a lot of people are just going, oh well, let's just go explore our own country. And that's why caravan sales are up, motorhome sales are up. Everybody's just getting out and exploring their own backyard, which is good for the local economy. But I'm starting to notice a lot of the caravan parks that I'm going to are starting to get really busy. So it's one of the reasons I'm spending a lot of time off-grid, and I've found some amazing campsites down by the water, and I've just been having a really, really great time. But the next couple of months really, until, what are we now? We're nearly at the end of March, so April, May, June's probably when I'll head up into the desert. So head up into the Flinders Ranges when it starts to cool down up in there, and I'll spend a couple of months up around looking through that area. So it should be good. Anyway, I'm heading towards Streaky Bay now, so if you know where Streaky Bay is, or go and have a look on a map. Streaky Bay is kind of on the western edge of the Eyre Peninsula before you start to head around towards the Great Australian Bight. So, and I'm going to just, like, the Gawler Ranges are just there. They tell me that's an amazing place to go riding. I want to go and have a look in there, because that looks like it's a salt lake, but it's actually a gypsum lake. And so they do a lot of harvesting of gypsum, or used to. They're not so much anymore, because it made really good concrete. So a lot of the early settlers and the pioneers would harvest the gypsum from that, mix it with the local sand and limestone, and make themselves some pretty decent concrete on the road. Let's go and have a look at that. Now, we did have a bit of rain yesterday. Hello. Sceales Bay. Hello, that's the back end going out. It's a pretty old mud. Now, I didn't bring my beacon today because there's plenty of phone signal. There's supposed to be plenty of phone signal around here, but maybe I should have bought it. Yeah, so there's a lot of riding and a lot of really interesting places, and probably what I'll do is I'll actually do some overnighters. I'll take the camping gear on the bike, and I'll go up to places like Lake Gardner, where they just had the land speed record thing just recently. Unfortunately, I wasn't close enough to get to that, but it was, yeah, it's a pretty interesting country, so I'm pretty keen to have a bit of a look around this part of the country. So when I finished the last ride, everybody said, "Oh man, you were just a stone's throw from one of the best four-wheel drive tracks into place, the bridle track. It's amazing over near Port Pirie, Port Germain." So I missed that one, unfortunately. But if you know of any really good tracks for all you local fellas or ladies, if you know of any really good tracks around this kind of Streaky Bay, Sejuna area, just a day's ride, let me know, and I'll go check them out. That would be soft sand, because if it didn't get rain overnight. Not sure where this goes. It just runs along the back of the... Let's have a look. That's not even on the map. I reckon that one probably goes back out to the road. I might just run down this way a little bit just to go and have a look, but I don't think it's going anywhere. But we'll go find out. Yeah, so look, at the Eyre Peninsula is certainly way more. I mean, everyone talks about how good it is, but wow, it's been pretty spectacular. I've been very, very impressed with it. And you kind of get a little bit sick of, you know, the astounding seascapes and landscapes on the ocean and the cliffs and the beaches, and well, not sick of it, but it's like, oh, okay, another one. You know, there's just so many of them. It's such a beautiful part of the coast. And look, I'm sure the further south I go, this doesn't look very good on a big bike. Big sand dunes. I don't think I want to be doing that. Yeah, I don't think I want to be going up there on this. Yeah, that front edge is burying it down. Yeah, we'll get out of here, I think. She's not big bike country, this. Come on, baby. Came into Sceales Bay. Set up camp on that block of land, my mate's block of land. Richard, thank you very much for that, mate. Very much appreciated. Great little spot, ocean views, and a wonderful outlook. So very nice. And I based myself out from there, and I'll be doing some four-wheel driving and some motorbike riding, but I'm going to try and avoid the deep sand, obviously. Baby. Quite a bit of movement underneath me then. Richard told me there's one of the loops I want to check out. So there's a loop here called the Westall loop. Westall Way Loop. Westall Way Loop. So I've got the new HEMA 4-wheel drive Explorer on my phone and I'm trying it out, and there's a really steep learning curve, so I don't want to make any comments about it until I actually get to that point where I actually understand it and I can do a proper comparison, because at the moment, and I went and I tried a couple of other popular ones. I mean, there's Osmand is a popular one, and it's a very nice beach, isn't it? So Osmand I've tried, and I know a lot of people rave about it and they like it, but again, it's probably just a learning curve that I'm on. I can't really get my head around it too much because it is so completely different to the HEMA. But anyway, let's hope this doesn't get too sandy up in here. Somebody's camping in there. See, these are the sort of, well, I might not bring the van in here, it's a bit tight for the van, but you just camp here. Free camping. And if you're self-contained, it's fantastic. It's perfect for those little rooftop setups and the people just towing small campers. Oh, they've bought their boat as well. Little boat down there. Anyway, so that's what's happening with the HEMA. I probably won't talk too much about that because, as I said, a very, very early stage. But HEMA are blaming the phone companies for changing the platform and the operating system, and so they have to change their complete app to make it work. And I just hope that because it's the early days of this new app, all of the features and functions that I liked and loved on this Explorer do translate over into the new one. But as far as I can tell, I can't get, unless I do it individually one by one, and I've got thousands of them, I can't get the tracks over through the cloud, so I'm hoping they're going to fix that one up. That's my current understanding of it. And I know there's plenty of other apps out there, and relatively inexpensive. I think there's Billy Goat, there's Mud Maps, there's Ozman, there's quite a few of them. A lot of the stuff that I liked about this one, particularly just the one-touch auto record. I can just start recording at a touch of a button, and it's on the home screen of the app, so you can just do it. So and do it while you're riding along. Those fellas out there surfing. Not much of a break. Onto rocks as well. Nice little rock pools down there. I'll run the front camera for a little while. Let's see if we get some scenery out of that and save the battery for this one. So that's the Southern Ocean. That's next stop from there is Antarctica. So we're right down the bottom of the country, not the further south, but still a long way south. Ugh. She's a rocky old headland. So this is the Westall headland. Centre stand banging away. Centre stand and chain probably. Oh, come on. I just don't want to bust a rib on these rocks, so I'm just taking it pretty steady. Oh. So rough. Oh, that's cool. All right, let's throw the drone up. Fans are on. Cape Blanche. Sceales Bay is down in that kind of bottom area there, and over the next kind of couple of videos we'll go out and have a really good look at Cape Blanche and a bit of a ride around there. I might take the four-wheel drive, might take the bike, we'll see, but some pretty interesting terrain in there. So this is James Baird Monument. Now I don't know if it's firm enough to get out there. Oh, there's a wire fence there. So there's a bay around here called Baird Bay. So I wonder if it's the same Baird as James Baird. That's out on there. We might go for a walk, eh? See, this is me erring on the side of caution, because it is a bit slippery underfoot, and I just don't know how deep it would get. But there's a couple of car tracks here. It looks like it's been driven on before, but you know, if you do get stuck, I'm by myself, I just look at all the options and I go, you know, walk's not going to hurt me. So there's two questions I've got: is why is there a monument out in the middle of this salt lake, and who's James Baird? So it's actually quite a descriptive plaque on there. So James Baird was the first pastoralist to bring sheep to this area in 1849, but in 1850 he was killed by natives on this spot on the 2nd of November 1850. So speared, according to the plaque. So he was speared, and they buried him here, and they erected a monument to his death here, erected by Priscilla Murphy in 1972. Maybe some relation. Anyway, bike's about half a kilometre that way. I probably could have ridden out, but you know, never know. Alright.